So good morning, everyone. Thank you so much for being here this morning on this Sunday Sangha. Glad that you've made some time for your inner world. It's starving for your attention. And every time you tap in some special way, you're certainly getting something. You're getting new signals and signs and messages from your inner world. And that's helpful always. And welcome, Dina. Thank you so much for continuing to support this and host this with me. Did you want to share anything this morning before we get started?
Yeah, sure. This was our first week opening up at the office to have people come in, and it felt so good not to have an empty office. So it was wonderful seeing people that I know and know well. So that was fun.
Yeah, and connecting again, right? Seeing people even in the same space is important, right?
Yes, exactly. It's a
Um,
beautiful sunny day in New York. It's gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous today.
oh, good. Wonderful. Well, I'm glad you're all here today. Some of you on the East Coast, some of you on other coasts. But thank you for being here today just to tap into your inner world. Um, Certainly, we're living in a very tumultuous time, and it wouldn't seem right if I spoke publicly and didn't recognize the amount of kind of disarray or disorganization or breakdown of structure, if you will, that's going on in the world. And I really just want to impart simple wisdom, which is the four gates of speech when it comes to this time that we're living in. And these four gates of speech are really easy to remember. Is it true? Is it necessary? Is it kind? Is it timely? And these four gates of speech could really help all of us when it comes to how we want to speak in this world right now, how we want to share our energy in this world right now. So is it kind? Is it necessarily? Is it timely? And is it true? So I realize that there needs to be inner navigation for us to know that, though, right? We can't just know that from an external space. We have to be able to know it from an internal awareness. There's this impulse to want to say something, an impulse to add something to this world in this moment, in that time, right? So I want you all to be able to learn what is the right moment for you to speak up and speak out. What is the right moment for you to feel your heart and get connected to something more deeply? That can't come from an external source. Everything that you do that's going to be true to you is going to come from an internal space. So we have to navigate from within. We have to be able to know what our body and mind is telling us. And oftentimes, I don't think this is too far reaching, it's telling us the truth, but we don't always obey it. We don't always listen exactly to what it's saying, right? Are we truly hungry, for example, right? That's a good example just in terms of, are we always eating to nourish ourselves, or are we eating for other reasons? And there are certainly other things we could dive into on that front, but I'd love for you to have that contemplation with yourself. So we're always kind of figuring out, what is the inner world trying to tell us? And these four gates of speech, is it true? Is it necessary? Is it kind? Is it timely? These things allow us to let go of the unnecessary words and really speak up when it really matters the most. And of course, my work with you today and always is about just giving you more access to your inner world. And if that can be done today, then we've succeeded, right? We've opened up space, and your mind or your energy is being occupied more internally than externally. And that's helpful. And by the way, it doesn't always feel good to go in there, right? It's not always a case of like, I'm going to practice with Joe today and it's going to make me feel better. I would love for that to be the case all the time, but sometimes it doesn't. And I think we have to accept that no matter if it's hot or cold, black or white, if it feels good or if it feels bad, it doesn't matter. There's an equality between all of these opposites, right? And that we can find goodness in all of it. So I want us to even recognize that in this tumultuous time that we're living in, there is good to be had, right? And with that energy, I just want you to all find your comfortable seat today so that we can share this time together and see where your energy is today. And then we're just going to begin to manifest it in a very mindful, in a very beautiful, graceful way. I'd love for all of us to take some deep breaths together to begin this practice. So sitting tall allows you to use the diaphragm more effectively. Sitting tall allows you to have the energy and the awakeness and the alertness that's necessary. So everybody just find that spine of yours, really navigate it, really feel it. And then we're going to just take some deep breaths to start together. This is just sort of a uniting moment, if you will. So this is not the formal beginning of the practice per se, but it's just kind of a way for us to get connected. So if you close your eyes and just feel this little Sangha, this community of people that have gathered this morning, all hungry for feeding their inner world. And just let's take some deep breaths together in unison. So I'm going to guide us all to begin. So take a deep breath out first. And this is all nostril breathing. Let's take a deep breath in together. And then to take a deep breath out together. And then inhale together. Exhale together. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. Exhale. These next few, just really feel sort of a group energy, even though we don't all know each other. Breathe in. Exhale. 2 more rounds. Breathe in together. And exhale together. Inhale together. Exhale together. And then just relax your breath, everyone. Just start to feel easefulness in your being. And a wonderful way to begin practice is always to know why you have arrived. In a general sense, knowing why you are here today. It's not necessarily to be specific, but just to have a sense that there's something meaningful to discover today, something new to discover. Be completely open to this concept that where you haven't seen or haven't been before, where you haven't discovered yourself, is something where you want to go. Now, making that commitment to yourself now, let's just scan the body. I'm going to have you do that free form in your own way. Just take an assessment of what it is to be in your body today. Without judgment, just feel and sense the qualities of your being. Less thinking here and more feeling and sensing. I would love for you to feel the fullness of your being. And then I'd love for you to take this moment of easefulness. Just contemplate what is heavy inside of you today, in your inner world. is there anything that you are aware of that weighs you down? And then when you begin to notice what those things are, if you're coming up with something, and if not, just be present. But if you notice anything that weighs you down, notice where you feel that in your body. Is there a relationship between the thinking or the memory and the body? Anything that weighs you down, and then notice where that resides in your physical being and how it manifests. If nothing's coming, just be with the moment then. Be here. Be present. The practice that we need to fall into trustful surrender with is this concept of energy. Energy is what manifests inside of us when we think and we remember. Your mind might be thinking other things now. Do you notice what it's thinking or what it's seeing, images? And then there's a ray of energy that comes with everything that your mind thinks or sees, remembers. Our work today, if you fall back and let go into it, is to transform any energy that's not helpful into energy that is supportive to your health and happiness. So one more time, I just invite anything that might feel heavy, weigh you down. One more chance just to let the memory bank of the mind and all its capacities to be non-linear, let something fall forward to the front of your mind from the past. Now that we've stirred the pot just a little bit, let's start to deepen the breath. Let's start to manifest positivity inside the body. Transformation of that energy. So deepening the breath in and out through the nostrils. And I'd like you to be a part of this transformation as you watch the body just really change. Your whole being will start to change. Now we're just going to move the mind in its awareness through the body. Just follow along, taking deep breaths. One breath per space. So first, place your attention at the very top of your forehead and take a deep breath there. One inhale and exhale. Trustful surrender. Now take a deep breath in the middle of your eyebrow center. One inhale and exhale. Now take a deep breath at your eyes. One inhale and exhale. One deep breath inside the nose. The center of your throat, one breath. Breathe into both of your shoulders, one breath. Your upper arms, one breath. Your elbows, one breath. The center of your wrists, one breath. Smooth and circular. Your palms, one breath. Your fingertips, two breaths. Center of your wrists again, one breath. Elbows, one breath. Feel the transformation unfolding. Upper arms, one breath, smooth and circular. Shoulders, one breath. Center of your throat, one breath. Your heart center, one breath, center of the chest. Just below the sternum, one breath. Navel center, one breath. Your pelvic area, pelvic bowl, one breath. The very base of your spine, two breaths. Trust in the energy, trustful surrender. Back to the pelvis, one breath. Navel center, one breath. Make it purely smooth and circular. And then move your awareness to the just below the heart, the sternum, lower sternum. One breath. Heart center, one breath. Throat center, one breath. Nostrils, one breath. Eyes, one breath. Center of your eyebrows, one breath. And then upper forehead, three breaths. Then relax the breath, please. And observe how your energy has transformed. Something's different, something's new. Please become aware of what is above you. The sky, the stars, the planets, the solar system. Be aware of the space above you. Be aware of all this power, a force of energy that's above you. It knows no personal pain, just pure energy above you. It doesn't know story, history. It just is this energy above you. The stars, the planets, just spaciousness above. Boundless space. Can you feel when you begin to breathe in that that energy moves in to your body from the top of your head? Or sense that you're welcoming that energy in from the top of your head? Can you offer that all the way into the heart? When you breathe in, just feel that that's flowing. You're welcoming it from the top of your head into your heart. When you exhale, you feel it expanding at the center of your chest. So just notice the inhale, allowing this energy in from the top of your head, from above, all that spaciousness above, that pure energy above, into your body, into your heart. And then on the exhale, let it expand. Where your mind goes, your energy goes. Where your energy goes, your mind goes. If it helps to breathe a little deeper, please do so. But if you're feeling this with effortless breath, then continue. And now let's offer the opportunity to lift what is heavy in the heart and let it rise up. So on your inhales, let the energy above come into your heart. On the exhale, let it expand. On your next inhale, let the heaviness from your heart lift up to the top of the head. And on the exhale, let it go up and out. Inhale from the top of the head to the heart. Exhale, let it expand. Inhale, lift the heaviness, the darkness, up to the crown. And exhale, let it out. Release it. And continue that cycle, just practicing, feeling, and sensing. You can welcome energy from the top of your head and into your body, into the heart. You can let it expand as you exhale. On your next inhale, you want to offer the darkness up and out. And then on the exhale, let it release out of your body. And continue with that cycle. Top of the head, inside into the heart. Let it expand. On the exhale, then on your next inhale, feel the heaviness lift up and out. As you exhale, it releases out of the body. Trustful surrender. Deepening your breath can help you concentrate more. If not, just be an effortless breath and letting the breath guide you into the body, feeling your heart, allowing that to expand. And then on your next inhale, allowing the heaviness to lift up and out. You can have a general sense of this or a specific sense. It does not matter. Just follow what is being guided to you right now. Now, let's all begin to breathe deeper from the center of your chest. So very specific now, being very clear where the deep center of the cavity of your chest is, not just the surface. So imagine you're a point within the body, deep within the chest, and start to breathe deep there, in and out, nice and smooth. I'm going to ask you to inhale and inhale for about 5 counts. Then I'm going to ask you to hold the breath in for 5 counts and hold your attention at this very deep center of the chest. Trustful surrender. Hold the space. And then on the exhale, I'd like you to release for 5 counts. Trustful surrender, smooth, controlled breath. Let's do it again. Inhale for 5. Expand from that deep point, center of the chest. Hold the breath in. Be still. Listen. And then slowly exhale. Feed this part of your body now. Breathe in 5 counts. Smooth, controlled. Expand in all directions. Hold the breath in. Steadiness, still. Now a smooth exhale, staying with that point. Let's do it 2 more times. Breathe in, 5 counts. Hold the breath. Stable, steady, clear mind. Exhale. Last one, just feel this one. Just sense it fully, deep within the chest. Inhale, expand, expand, expand. Hold the breath. And then slowly slowly release the air out of the body. And now, please, I invite you to rest your mind at the center of the chest, deep within the body. Looking for nothing, just resting your attention there. Effortless breath, still body, trustful surrender. Innately, you know what is right. And you can feel this at the heart center. And now let us pray. Let us pray for all those who are in deep confusion, frustration. Let's pray for your brothers and sisters, all those who you know, perhaps don't know, that are feeling a tremendous amount of emotion and looking to channel that emotion for the good of the world. Let us pray for those who need our support now. May you recognize in your life the presence and power and light of your soul. May you realize that you are never alone, that your soul in its brightness and belonging connects you intimately with the rhythms of the universe. May you have respect for your individuality and difference. May you realize that the shape of your soul is unique and that you have a special destiny here, that behind the facade of your life there is something beautiful and eternal happening. May you learn to see yourself with the same delight, pride, and expectation which God sees you in every moment. When you're ready, please come back, and the practice is now complete. So welcome back, everybody. If there's anything anybody wants to say outwardly, that's fine. I just want to hold space for those who feel like they want to share something with the group. We have a nice group of people here today that are going to continue to dedicate their energy to this work. So is it truthful? Is it kind? Is it necessary? Is it timely? 4 gates of speech. And if you're feeling the need to offer something to the group, please do so now.
I would like to share an observation that I had with myself. Um, I could more easily, draw in the energy from the unlimited through down into my heart. And I could absolutely be one with that.
Hmm.
But what I recognized is that as I took whatever wound or pain was in my heart and to lift out, up, and then to release, there was a resistance to letting that flow. And the more I became aware of the resistance, the more I would practice letting go of that resistance, but it was definitely there. And as we continued on, it did soften, but it was very clear to me that I was able to receive all that, but not so clearly able to let go of that pain that I'm holding on to.
Thank you, Jenny. That's very honest and raw. Um, yeah. And in a way, we've sort of practiced holding on to that. So the practicing of holding on to whatever the pain point is, it takes time, right, to let it loosen. And this is actually where yoga asana comes in really effective. Just to springboard off what you're saying, Janie, asana, physical movement of the body, helps a lot. So that's why asana kind of releases and opens and kind of gives us some space, right, to play with. And then when we do pranayama and meditation, that helps, kind of seal the deal, if you will. So,
Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you for sharing, Janie. Anybody else have any words they want to share? Curious if you have, is there an energetic journey that we're noticing in the arc from where we begin at 8 o'clock to, well, my time, 8 o'clock, to now 40 minutes or so later? Are we noticing that there's a little bit of a curve of some sort? Noticing that there's a kind of a shift, if you will.
Yeah, actually, I was going to say something to that effect, Joe. I mean, for me, it's remarkable how the deep breathing can change the state. Whether I'm in a state of mental fog or fatigue or anything, the difference from where I start with to where I'm done with the deep breathing afterwards, I mean, it completely changes my state for me. And it's remarkable that something as simple as really focusing on the breath can have that effect of changing the state.
So let's remember that the mind is energy too. And so when we start to tell the mind what to do and let it not be the puppy mind that it can be, then that energy the mind's energy will then merge with the body's connection. The breath helps the two work together, the mind and the body. The mind and the body helps the breath work. The breath helps the mind and the body work together. And that's why we start to feel something different. And that difference often can be supportive to where you need to be going today and the next moments ahead. Oftentimes we're just trying to channel and access the thing that we need the most to help us forward, right, in the next steps of life. Not necessarily solve the biggest problems, but maybe just be more graceful in the steps that we take today. And this becomes then the practice. If we return back to this space again and again and again, the body and the mind gets a recalling feeling, like a recollection, a remembrance, and they go, oh, I remember where you were yesterday. Thank you for coming back to this space. This is what I keep on saying and reminding to you all, that the outer world, although important, if we give it too much attention, we lose focus. We lose focus to where we truly can notice and make a big difference. Any other thoughts we want to share before we say goodbye on this Sunday?
Question, Joe?
Yeah.
The question that I had, when you went through the points through the body, you know, the eyes and the nose and so on, at the end, you came up to the upper forehead and you said to do 3 breaths, whereas everything else was 1 breath. So I was just curious, what was the significance of having us do 3 breaths?
Well,
significance. I mean, I'm just curious.
well, it's a minor significance, if there is such a thing. Really, because I was going to have you move your energy from the top of the head down. So I was keeping your attention up here. I wanted you to kind of stay in that space. So I had you take a few extra breaths up there. I had you take 2 breaths at the fingertips, and then I had you take 2 breaths at the base of the spine, and then 3 breaths up here. You know, minor, like fingertips are the end of the arm, so that we're finishing that. Base of the spine, we're finishing that. Top of the head, we're finishing that. So these are just sort of ending points. And Dina, just for your reference, these are sort of Marma. Some of those are Marma related points too. So, any other thoughts?
That's great.
Well, thank you so much for being here today. Thank you for sharing, for those of you who did. And thank you again for those of you who have been supporting this Sunday event, which continues on, and I'm grateful for it. There's still an audience for it, so that's great. If you want to give $10 today for this, then you can do that at paypal.me/my last name. And many of you have already, so I just want to recognize that too. Thank you for doing that. I appreciate many of you offering already that support. We'll be back here next Sunday. I think we're going to do Yoga Nidra next Sunday. I think it's time to lay on our backs and just relax. Okay, so look forward to that. Big blessings to all of you. And I'll see you in another week. Keep in touch if you have any questions, okay? Big fat namaste.
Namaste.
Thank you.
Peace out, everyone.
Thanks so much, Joe.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Enjoy the Sunday. Enjoy the great weather.
You
Yes.
too.
You too.
Peace, peace, peace.